your store, you should find a binder that is full of original copies. Probably will say originals on it. Ask your manager for the location of this binder. Make sure you know where it is. In that binder, you will find forms that we use. And there's two forms I want to talk about today that are very important. And it's important that everyone in the store understands them and knows how to use them, because there may come a time where you need one of them. Hopefully not, but if you do, we want to make sure that you are aware of them and understand the form and what it's used for. So first we're going to talk about injury accident report form. This is important for anybody in our store, whether it's a customer or an employee that gets hurt in any way, shape, or form on our property. So it includes things like if someone slips and falls, whether that's an employee or a customer, one of these forms needs to be filled out. There are designated spots for everything to be filled out. There is a spot for the injured person to write a response. There is a spot for both people to sign it. You need to make sure that if there is an injury on the sales floor or in our store, that you alert myself, Greg, or John or Debbie to let us know that something happened so that we can take the proper procedures if something needs to be done. This form would also be used anytime there is a customer that is hurt by a puppy. Obviously by accident, hopefully, but if something happens to, say, a customer's or a child of a customer or anything like that, this is the form you would do no matter what, even if it's just a scratch. If you're made aware of something that has been done by one of our puppies, this form needs to be filled out so that later on, if there's any question or if insurance is brought up or anything needs to be covered, then we have an actual report that shows what happened on that day. So on this form, just make sure that you know everything that's on here, make sure that you have everything filled out properly, and then make sure that you get a copy of this as soon as possible to one of the management teams, the upper management teams, all right? Next, we're going to talk about another form. This also goes hand in hand with something that we hope you won't need, but just in case, this is called a customer problem solving sheet. So you should also find one of these in your originals folder. It is used for in case there's ever anything that a customer has an issue with. If they call to make a complaint, whether it's about a puppy that they already bought or about an experience that they had at our store, I want you to make sure that you fill out one of these completely so that we have a record of that complaint and I can then get back to that customer and help them more thoroughly. Your job is to take all the information possible, and on here you're going to see it's going to ask you for the customer's name, for the breed. If there's a dog that they had a problem with, you'd write in the breed and information, where the dog came from, who's the breeder, the birth date, all of that kind of stuff that you can find out from the customer and from our files. Then you'll hand it off to the manager and have them call the attending vet and get more information about what the problem is and make sure that they explain our warranty so that they understand that we do take care of our customers and we're trying to help. From there, the manager would contact me and make sure that we're aware of the problem and follow the proper procedure to make sure that the customer is happy in the end. So make sure that you fill this out completely, and again, get this to upper management, myself, Greg, John, or Debbie, as soon as possible, and make sure that you keep a copy of it in a store. In the store there should be a file labeled for filled out customer problem solving sheets, and also a file for your injury reports as well. Make sure you keep those on hand in case we need them for reference at future date. Thanks, and again, hopefully we never need these, but make sure that you are aware of them and know how to fill them out just in case.